Why don't people like rain? I thought, and the feeling grew that I'd seen it all before. You've just knocked my glasses off, Ray, my mum said in a martyred voice. He ignored her, turning his beet-red face to the back seat. Well, are you getting out or what? I felt as if I'd been much older a long time ago, not just old, but ancient, and we'd just dropped out of somewhere else into here. I said, are you? No, I said. Go to the woods. I'll take him there. We can keep dry under the trees. So we did. Just outside Andwiston, I took my little brother Tommy for a wee in the woods. If I looked one way, I could see our car through the leaves. If I looked the other, I saw the back of Tommy's head, his fragile neck and jug ears, and I could hear him singing to himself, A pig is an animal with dirt on its face. And all around us was the whisper of rain on leaves and the smell of wet forest. I sent him back to the car when he'd finished. I'm going to have one now, I said. Won't be a min. And sent him scooting off, while I went deeper, further and further from the track. I stood still in a tiny space among dark green holly and ivy. The trees stretched far away above my head, and I was almost completely shielded by wet leaves. If I could write music, it deserves music. It deserves music, I thought, something sharp and ripe and rich. But I couldn't write music, so I just stood there getting softly wet from the filtered rain and thinking, if only I could not go back. Then things tilted again, and I went back to the car. This was my first time in these woods. A strange thing happened as we drove away. A sudden wind whipped itself up and the rain got heavier. I was rolling up the window, and for, I don't know, maybe 3 seconds, I saw a boy in one of those big fields that came after the woods. 2 fields over, naked in the pouring rain, thin and white arms round himself. His face looked towards me, but he was too far away to make out any features. The hedge hid him, and then I saw him again for maybe another second or 2, from a different angle. There he was, just standing still for no reason, in the middle of a field in the middle of the day. Stop the car, I said. What's the matter? I can't stop here, said my dad. Stop the car. Why? I was opening the door. My father shouted, You bloody fool! The car stopped and I jumped out and ran back. He was still there. Don't misunderstand. I haven't got a clue about anything, but I'm not a fool. I'm not talking about fakes and frauds videos you see on YouTube, screamers, all that. I'm talking about things that happen in a breath, in the middle of an ordinary day. I know the explanations. A hallucination is something physical in your ridiculous clown of a brain. Not uncommon or quite normal. But when it comes, the creature is as real as anything ever was. Not the same real, a different real. Still, it can touch you and stop your breath and look you in the eye, shake your mind out of your head. A hallucination can sometimes swing upon the air as it comes into focus, a shimmering appearance. And sometimes, like the cold boy, it's solid, sharp as a fox or a hare, until it isn't. Gone while you blinked, which is what happened. My father was furious. My heart beat twice as fast all the way to Hothenby by the Long Whites where they'd booked a holiday cottage. I never said another word. But when we got home, a week later, my mum took me to the doctor's because she thought I was depressed, and he suggested I start reading The Guardian. That's a very lively paper, he said kindly. It'll give you a lot to think about. What newspaper do you get? He addressed this to my mother, who had insisted on accompanying me into the consulting room and had been sitting looking at me with a mild, worried smile, while I didn't know what to say or do. The Daily Express, she said. Oh, well, that's very good too, said the doctor. She sometimes says she's seen something, my mother said nervously.